Hi, welcome to TechwareLabs. We're here today with Jim Nucci from Intel's Brand Management Division, and he's here to tell us today about Intel's latest lineup of tablets and netbooks.
Great, good to be here. Thanks for inviting us. As you mentioned, my name is Jim Nucci. I'm based out of our Silicon Valley headquarters. I specifically am responsible for all of the cool branding that happens in and around the gadget space. So the Atom processor that I love so dearly is my domain.
Excellent. All right, Jim, so tell us about some of the cool toys that you brought with you today.
Yeah. So what I wanted to share with you today is a lot of the new innovative products. You know, Intel's been working with the industry for a while now to specifically focus on the types of devices that will delight consumers. And the buzz all these days is all around mobility, convenience, and ease of use. And so you're seeing a range of products here across this table that are either already in market today or will be coming soon over the next several months. So you get a little bit of sneak preview as well. So the first one I'm going to start with, tablets are all the rage today. And this is from a company actually based out of Boca Raton called OpenPeak. Now, they don't directly sell these types of products to the end consumers. What they do for their business model is to design, manufacture sexy, cool devices like these tablets, and they have a range of them. And then they more or less provide those to the carriers, the service providers, who then in turn sell and support the products to the actual end users. Now, this is one that's running off of Android. I can show you real quick what that looks like. Here's a simple shot of the gallery. You can see very smooth flowing of the digital photos. And so you can move around. So very thin, very light. It is a 7-inch tablet. And what's unique about this tablet is, of course, the great support for the video, the 1080p video, all, of course, the Wi-Fi. You can get the 3G, 4G, LTE capabilities, but also really is in some sense supporting family use.
Okay.
And so here you could, if you wanted to go in and change the profiles. Here I've got it set up for Dad's profile, and so Dad can have his favorite websites, favorite apps, all there organized. And then Mom and the kids can have their own profiles, and so nobody has to be concerned about interfering with changing the apps, changing the social media. You can just start the profile in a way you do.
So everyone has their own personalized experience on one device. So
exactly.
Each member of the family doesn't have to go and buy their own tablet. They can share a tablet and still get a personal experience.
Perfect. Now here we have a new type of device. We kind of refer to this category of devices as a hybrid device. Hybrid meaning the best of the two worlds of a touch tablet as well as a more traditional computer that has a keyboard.
Okay.
Sometimes, whether it's heavy blogging or doing a lot of email or maybe some office productivity work, keyboard is a pretty efficient tool to use.
Yes.
This one is running Windows 7. And so you could be doing, let's say you're going to go on a flight and you have to go on a business trip. You could take this along, you could have the keyboard, you could be productive, do your email, do your presentations. Then you could fold it into the kickstand mode, fold down the kickstand, and then you would have a full-blown tablet. And so you could do entertainment and things like that. So what's great about these hybrid devices is that you don't have to sacrifice one versus the other. You've got that flexibility of the best of both.
So it's giving you the option so you can pick and choose whether you want to go with the full-blown PC or just the standalone tablet experience.
That's right. And I can show you how the keyboard goes. The keyboard is wireless. It's run by Bluetooth. It's so thin and light. I can hold it with 2 fingers. You can have it back and type. But to make it secure for your travels, it's got a magnetic lock. So you can see I just put it on and it doesn't come off. And then it has a locking mechanism on the back so that it doesn't come off. And you can throw it in your carry-on bag and your luggage. The screen will be protected, no scratching.
So it's lightweight, it's secure, and then you don't have to worry about peripherals going lost in the bottom of your baggage.
That's right. So that's a great example of the types of hybrid devices that we're starting to see. This is just one of many that will be coming out in the months ahead. Many other vendors have what we call dual screens, like Acer Iconia is an example of a dual screen device today, where it doesn't have a physical keyboard,
right?
But on one of the screens you could have a digital keyboard, and you can be productive that way. Or you could just have 2 screens of content, internet access, and so forth.
Oh, very cool.
Very flexible. We also see things like the Dell Inspiron Duo,
Yes.
or the Samsung, I know the codename of Gloria, where you can have a push-through screen that then folds down, or just kind of almost like some of the smartphones where you have the slider keyboard. On the Samsung Gloria, you can push the screen up and back, exposing a keyboard.
So it's giving people that want the keyboard experience without all the extra bulk and weight.
That's right.
Excellent.
Yeah. It's still super thin, super light. This is another example of a hybrid device. This is actually part of a category referred to as the classmate PC.
Okay.
And so it's really targeted at the youth market, meaning K through 8.
Okay.
And it has many features that were designed and optimized with the child in mind. Let me give you a couple examples of that. One, it's ruggedized. So it's rubber, you can bang it around, drop it.
Right.
There's no hard disk inside that's going to perhaps get corrupted because you've dropped it and some of the platters now have problems. It's got a stylus, which you can use to do handwriting, creative projects, art, etc. It's also completely water resistant.
Oh,
You know,
excellent.
when I was doing my
Yeah.
homework, next thing next to the homework was snacks and food and drink, right?
Right.
And so if a child spills some soda or a bottle of water, don't have to worry about the screen, the keyboard, or the mouse pad.
So
Everything is totally
It's,
protected.
it's preparing for the accident that's bound to happen without destroying the whole device.
That's right.
Excellent.
Now, one of the more innovative features of this, of course, this looks like what we refer to as a clamshell
Yes.
type of network device, but we've tried to look at children and understand really what type of experience do they need in their, their daily lives in school. And so this actually is another hybrid device
Oh,
where
excellent.
I can rotate the screen.
Convertible.
That's a convertible. I can put it down, and then you could totally enter like the touch tablet mode. And so you can then take the stylus, you can write, you can draw projects on the screen, and that'll be a lot of fun for the youth. Now, one of the other pieces of technology that this device has is it's got what's called palm rejection technology. And so you can imagine the most natural way for a child to write with a stylus, if that's what he or she is doing at that point in time, their hand is going to be on top of that touch tablet screen,
Right, which then
And
probably
maybe
problem. Okay.
interfering with that experience. And so the technology looks for that, recognizes that, and more or less blocks that out.
Oh, very cool. So you don't have to worry about usability. They've already thought about some of the common pitfalls that the technology might pose for children and taking care of that. Excellent.
And one of the features here, 2 more features. One is the rotating camera.
Oh, very
So
cool.
if, let's say a child was going to go out into a farm field and do an agriculture report, look at some animals, they could actually rotate this camera, take some digital shots, still shots, and then incorporate that into the report that they send.
And they go right straight into PC, nothing else to plug in.
You got
Excellent.
it. You got it. And then one of the features the kids have embraced the most, believe it or not, it's a simple feature. It's a handle.
Oh, excellent.
And so kids that are walking
That's
to and
basics.
from school, it's kind of a visible recognition that it's for them.
Yes.
It's not their mom or dad's PC. It's really designed for a kid in mind.
Replacing the common book bag of
Yeah.
the last couple of decades.
Absolutely. So that's the classmate PC. I think we've sold about 4 million worldwide.
Oh, excellent.
And Intel doesn't sell them directly. In fact, we work, there's a good story about this. We work with country governments, believe it or not,
Okay.
and their ministries of education. A couple examples, Brazil and Portugal. Many of those sort of emerging country governments are looking at how do they help their children become aware and use technology.
Okay.
And many times families will not have the discretionary income to go off and buy many of the toys that we're able to enjoy in our daily lives. And so by working with the governments, we can move to sort of a subsidized model.
Okay.
And then to also add to the local communities, the governments and Intel then work with a local OEM
Okay.
who can help create jobs within that country or that community. So it really keeps everything, support and grow the children, support and grow local businesses in the community. So all around, I think many people walk away with a very good situation.
No, it's a
with
positive
their local mind.
experience for everyone involved. You're bringing jobs and technology
Yeah.
and putting technology into the hands of children.
Exactly.
Very applicable.
So let's move to this device. I don't know if you've seen this one. It is the Google Chromebook. This has been on the market for about a month or two. And this is for people who love and live in the cloud.
Okay.
So this device doesn't have any local storage. And so you need to be connected and online, whether that's through Wi-Fi, like in a coffee shop,
Yep.
or through 3G.
Okay.
And through your regular Google account, you can then live and store a productive life online. And that works for consumers as equally for some of the enterprises, and you'll have full access to your Gmail and your Google Docs and your Picasa. A couple other benefits of this is, let's see if I can get the screen back. It's got other features that we're really trying to make people understand where the future of the cloud is going. And to be able to have your information accessible from anywhere, anytime, even if you, God forbid, you ever lose this, or it's ever stolen,
Right.
you don't have to worry about any sensitive information being lost or in the hands of somebody who shouldn't have that information. You literally are protected, everything is stored in the cloud. If you have to go out and buy another device, then you can do that, and then all of your information is there available, untouched, totally secure and safe.
So this is like a portal into the Google sphere. So everything is safe and secure online. You're just using this as an access mechanism.
That's a great way to describe that.
And what kind of price point is there any?
Yeah, this one can run anywhere from about $350 to $500.
Okay, so it's
Really
still
depends
affordable.
upon if you get the Wi-Fi version or 3G version, and then how much you want to configure up the system.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Couple of the features that really make this great for consumers, it's almost trying to bring some of the great features that smartphones have in terms of that instant on, instant access. So let me shut this down and kind of go into sleep mode. And when I open it back up, you'll see like in 1 second or second and a half, it's already resumed where you were before.
It's ready to go.
There's not a long, yeah. So there you go,
Excellent.
and it's ready to go.
So for the impatient regular user, it's on and ready to go whenever you are.
Yeah, and we're seeing this type of features and benefits make their way across all of these devices.
Okay.
Because to the really consumer experience, it's more about delighting them. Very responsive systems, secure systems that they can just go about their daily lives.
And given that this has less of a dependency on hardware, what kind of battery life can users expect?
Oh, that's a great question. Today, this one gets about 8 hours plus. So many people are, choosing to plug it in overnight, like many of us do for our smartphones.
Yes.
Take it away in the morning. Don't need to bring the power cord, and it should last an entire day.
There you go, full work day out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And then the last device here is a traditional netbook. And the amazing thing about these is they're moving to a space where they're able to do the full 1080p high definition video decode, all of the Wi-Fi capabilities, still super slim, very light. And what's even more amazing these days is the price points that you can get these machines at. I mean, this one, as configured here, runs about $269.
That's very affordable, and still it does the 1080p video.
It does, yeah. And we were meeting with some other people to kind of share our story to those that will listen to us. And we were talking to a photographer. He's like, I needed just a simple thing that allows me to download my photos, something I can carry in my camera bag, and for a $216 price point, it's a great option for somebody like that.
And then they also have the option as well. I mean, it's more than just a photo viewer. They can still browse the web,
They
and
can still
get on a Gmail and something like that.
Full capabilities.